Om Narayana. The first three sentences of this seventh Anuvaka, when analyzed, making our intellect subtler, takes us to the deeper, higher level of understanding about the relation between the Parabrahma and the Jagat which we are perceiving. These are all done on the deep contemplation level. To reach to that contemplation level itself is the exercise of many lives achieved through conquering the earlier three kosha level living of life. The one whose life is fully at the Annamaya level, Pranamaya level. Maybe by our abilities of our faculties, especially the Antakarana, especially the Vijnanamaya or the Buddhi, so that it becomes subtle enough to grasp all these things. So, the first line, just feel the meaning of it. Idam rupena gruhitam drushtam, entire jagat, which is of millions of varieties. But all of that wholesale we are putting together. Agre, before its manifestation, asadasit. So what the we have created is in earth. Of this Jagat, when manifestation happened, of what thing the manifestation happened, which is called as Jagat? Nama Rupa Vyakruti. Only Nama Rupa Vyakruti. Okay. Now listen. In the Nama Rupa Vyakruta Jagat of micro or macro, what is permeated is that Sadvastu Brahma only. This thing we have to 100 times contemplate and slowly remove from our heart that the seen Namarupa Jagat is real and independent. And into the same heart bring the true knowledge that it is a substratum Paramatma which is eternally true and real, whose nature is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. On this the Rupa Nama are coming and going. This achievement is called the study of this Upanishad, this particular Anuvaka, the first two lines especially. Asadva idamagra asita tadovai sagajayata. Keep contemplating on that. Till from the heart the cobwebs that the Sad Brahma is not there. Rupa Nama Jagat alone is Satyam, that goes away. It is replaced. It is turned. So we will say that Brahman alone was there, is there, will be there. On that Brahman only, the Rupa Nama of Jagat just got manifested, which is not independent of that Brahman. The Brahma Tattva, Paramatma Tattva is fully permeated in the entire Rupanama Jagat. When in Anubhava we gain that Paramatma Vastu, then everything is me alone. Because something other than me is not there, therefore there will be no Kama Krodhadi Vikara, there is no Bhaya also. That's called as moksha. Asadva idamagra asid tato vai sadajayatha. Third line is more important. What is his third line is Tad Atma Anagga Swayam Akuruta. Before answering this question, Bhagavan Adi Shankara as a Purva Pakshi raises a question. That is what we are studying. What is the question? Kim tataha pravibhaktam karyam iti pituhu iva putraha. Kim tataha pravibhaktam karyam. Tataha means from the Tat Brahma, this karyam, the Karya Jagat, the Rupanama Jagat, pravibhaktam, is it separate? Contemplate on this thought. Is the effect called as Rupanama Jagat from the cause called as Tat Brahma? Is it pravibhaktam? Pravibhaktam means totally distinguished and separate. To make it understand, the example is Pituhu iva putraha. Like the putra is totally separated from the father after that putra is born out of the parents, the mother and father. In that way, pravibhaktam. This is a crucial thought. This is where everything lies. Having manifested this world, this Brahma, separate from the world, is the world pravibhaktam, separate from the Brahman, having created the child. Or the mother, father separate from the child, or they are one with the child, or is so direct, when the child is thrown out of mother's womb, he is separate only. Thereafter, he is never one with them, he is separate entity. So, is that the world, the Paramatma has delivered the Jagat, like the mother delivered the child, today's Mother's Day. Thereafter, the mother and child are separated. So the Brahman and the Jagat is separated. Delivery ho gaya Jagat ka. So the Jagat and Brahma are separate. Is it like that? Very important question. This is where whole Vedanta lies. No, not so. Iti aha. How? See, listen. Tat asat shabda vachyam swayam eva atmanam eva akuruta krutavatu. That means what? Very careful. Ki tad, that, asabda shabda vachyam, which is called as asad in this particular context. That asad shabda vachyam, that Brahma Tattva, be attentive. Swayameva, himself, Atmanameva, his own self, Akuruta Kartavatu, made in the form of this Rupanama Jagat. So, this is what. Therefore, in the entire world of names and forms, this Brahman is inherently there. Overpowered by names and form, we are not able to see him. Then, every day to be contemplated thought is what? This Brahman being nirvishesha, nirvyavahara, visheshavat in the vyavahara jagat of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha perception, he cannot be found. And without finding him, we cannot have moksha from the reality given to Rupanama and running behind it called as samsara. Luckily for us, that Paramatma, having manifested in the world, the form of world, as you concealed behind the Rupanama of the world, luckily one place he kept for us, for him to be available for us. That is called as Vijnanamaya Gufa. Exhaustively, 6th Anuvakam we have studied. So here the Rigveda mantra is saying what Yajurveda mantra, Yajurveda Brahmana has already said. Asadva idamagra ase, the pure Brahman alone was there in the beginning. The whole world was not at all there. In other words, in the unmanifest form it is there. Then tato vai sadajaya. From the Tat Brahma only the Sadrupa Namarupa Jagat has ajayata. Got created. Is that creation separate from the Brahman, like the child created is separate from the parents? No. Why? Because tad Atmanam Swayam Akrutaha. So Tad Brahma Atmanam Swayam in the Rupa Rupanama Akruta. सो एवरी रूप नाम में वो ब्रह्म है, ये वाला बात हमको अति दृढ़ता से बैठना है. Thereafter, the nature of that Brahman is Satchidananda. That Satchidananda Brahma ke bina the Rupanama cannot exist. Therefore, these Rupanama are only the Mithya. Therefore, Jagat is only Mithya. Brahma is Sat. So, seeing the world with the faculties, but with the intellect which he has studied the Upanishad, knowing that in and through the world, what is there is Paramatma. Many examples we gave yesterday. Seeing the cloth, knowing the cotton. Seeing the pots, knowing the mud. Seeing the ornaments, knowing the good. Seeing the world, knowing that it is Brahman. This abhyasa we have to do for a long time. On the non-meditational as well as meditational seat. Then that Brahman has to be discovered in our own self as ourself, already existing. So from the Jagat, the Drishti is removed and focused on Brahma, intellectual understanding. Then Brahman is discovered as our own self, contemplation. Then experienced as our own self, meditation. Then look back. The entire world is that Brahman, me alone. Every Rupanama is he alone. Any Rupanama coming and going, every wave coming and going is nothing but water. Many waves have come and gone. On what? Water. Many Rupanama have come and gone. On what? Brahman. Drushti is on Rupanama waves, then the Brahman cannot be found in the water. Try to focus on the water, the Brahman, you will see that alone there is no Rupanama or the waves to bind our mind and intellect. It's all in the mind. The self is not apprehended. Immediately the chance comes for the mind to project the Rupanama Jagat. Then that Rupanama Jagat is given importance. For some or the other its specific expressions, then Raga Dvesa are generated, then samsara begins. When the Jagat is found to be Paramatma only, there is no samsara possible. Everything is one reality. Vyavahara may be possible, but not samsara. Our goal is to transcend the samsara. Let the Vyavahara go on. It is innocent. रहने दो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So here he says, Kim tata pravibhaktam karyam. Kim tata pravibhaktam karyam. Tata means from that Brahman. Pravibhaktam, is it totally separate? The karyam, the expressed Jagat. Iti pituhu iva putraha, like the son and father are separated. Na iti aha. Not so it is said. What it said? Tad asat shabda vachyam. That Brahma, which is indicated here as asat in this particular portion, swayam eva atmanam eva akuruta krutavat. So he himself only has appeared in the form of Rupanama. Okay, in this way, swayam eva atman eva akuruta krutavat. He himself made himself to be appearing like the world. Therefore, he is never away apart from what? Even a moment, even in one place, at any time of the history. किसी भी समय कोई भी जगह पे किसी भी वस्तु में ब्रह्म नहीं है ऐसा चांस नहीं है. इस तरह उन्होंने खुद को आप ऐसा बना लिया. Imagine that mud itself from within becoming like a pot. Don't imagine or they think about the wheel or the pot maker, etc. उन सबको छोड़ो. Automatically, the gold itself is becoming the ornament. Imagine how it looks like. Rupanama has come, called as ornament. But gold has never gone away from it. It alone took that name and form. If you can understand example, so too, Brahman alone took the name and form of the entire world. Including our own self. Everything Brahman only took this form, your form. Every form. Sarvam Brahmamayam Re Re. Sarvami Etat Brahma. But Upalabdhisthanam is I am Atma Brahma. How? Soyam Atma Chatushpat. Then the Tripada of the Atma, when you transcend, the fourth Pada, the real Atma, is reached. This is the Mandukya Upanishad way of taking us to the self. Here, Taittiriya takes us through Panchakosha Viveka and into the self. That little discussion has already happened in our earlier 5-6 koshas or the Anuvakas. Again, it will come little later. So, did we understand Sadeva idam agra asitu? Did we understand tato vai sadajayata? That tato vai sadajayata mein you have to add what is said in 6th Anuvaka. That is that Sokamayata Bhashyam prajayeya satapotapyata satapastattva idagam sarvam asujata yedidam kincha. All these of the Krishna Yajurveda Brahmana mantra, of which what we are studying is a quotation. This can be added to that to make the topic complete. That's how the portion of the quotation of the Rigveda mantra, portion of the Yajurveda explanation, both of them together when we study, the clarity comes. That's what we are trying here. So, asadvaidamagra asita. This sentence was not there, but you have to accept. So, in the beginning, it was not there, only Brahma was there. Then tato vai sadajayata, there and here it is common. There, sokamayata, he only sruštva, he only talevanu pravishat, as if Bhagavan is karta, in that way it is given. Here, first it got manifested. In this way, in the Rigveda mantra, it is said, tataha vai sad ajayata. उससे सत आ गया. Sat means रूपनामात्मक जगत. Then the question, have they got separated after created? Like an animal gives birth to child, it got separated. It's no more same. Anything in the world, कोई सांप ने अपने बच्चों को जन्म देता है तो सांप different to the children different to. Is it like that? This is where the crucial point. यही हमको सबसे important पकड़ना है. Then only the Sarvayaka Brahma, later on we will discover, after discovering him in our heart as our own self. So tadatmanagga swayam akuruta, tad Brahma atmanemeva swayam sarvam akuruta. That Brahma अपने आप को ही एक पूरा जगत बनाया. Okay? So, in this Upanishad, from the Akasha up to the entire Panchakosha creation. In other Upanishads or Puranas, Maya is brought, Mahatattva is brought, then Samashti Ahankara is brought, 3 Ahankaras are brought, then the Adhisthana Devatas, then Sula Sukshma Karana Shariras. All the details are given in another place. So that all process is not discussed here. Yet, all that process through that the final outcome, here also, all of that has happened in Brahman without Brahman missing anywhere. So, if you see that place, the Brahma in the form of Maya, he alone is expressing. In the form of Mahat, he alone is expressing. In the form of Samashti Ahankara, he alone is expressing. In the form of the Ahankara division into 3. Sattva, Rajas, Tapas, Satvika, Rasika, Tamasika, he alone expressing. from that Vaikarika, Satvika, Ahankara, all the Adhisthana Devatas, he only expressing as them. From the Rasika, Ahankara, all the Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Roop mein he alone is expressing. So to in Tavasika Ahankara, the Tanmatra, from the Tanmatra, the Panchamahabhutas, and their mutual combination called Panchikaranam, then the Stula Panchabhutas for the creation of the gross body is gross body. He alone is expressing. Is it not? It's not difficult at all. Simple. Before creation, he was there. Therefore, if at all the creation has to come, it has to come from him. And from him means he alone. Is it not? First, intellectually, a clarity, a conviction aa jaye. The result of which is what? As we said in the beginning, the Rupa Nama's reality given is reduced. Parabrahman is real, that is increased. Then only the inquiry, then where is the Parabrahma, where is the Atma, that can be pursued. Such seeker alone can be guided, directed by the Guru to his own Antakarana, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Gufa. Then the Vishesha expression as Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Vijnata. Then Avabhasaka expression of the Chidabhasa. Then the Chitrupena, then Satrupena. Sadhu, Prakushta, Avabhasaka, then Visheshana Rupena. We can go towards it. So, even in layman's language, on Parabrahma, the whole world is superimposed or manifested. Holding on to the world which continuously changes is samsara. That Parabrahma on which the world is manifested, if that Parabrahma is recognized, realized, there is moksha. Therefore, let me go to discover that Brahma. In whatever the easier, simpler way we can understand, let us try and understand. But the idea should be very clear. The world is not independent of Brahman. Brahman alone appearing as a world. But the appearing world is a cause of bondage. The liberation is when we experience the Brahman as he himself. Therefore, let us pursue that Brahma Prapti Marga. If this is understood in whatever the simpler way you can, you are on the right track. In the Upanishads and in the Bhashya will be like that because in those days it was like that only. Then Adi Shankara Bhagavan cannot imagine that after the 20th century people will be in English, so let me put it in English this way, that way. I said, like now what I am talking. After 1000 years, the language may be different. Then उनको ये वाला ऐसे लगेगा शायद शंकर भाषा की तरह. Subject remains the same. The subject matter. Therefore, as the times change, every time the Lord will send some people who convey this knowledge of the Vedanta to those people in the language which is prevalent there. Therefore, that's how the truth supply always happens in the creation. By the way, we shared. So, tadatmanagga swayam akuruta. Yahan tak hum aage. In this, the main point is कि तद असव शब्दवाच्यम स्वयं एव आत्मानम एव अकुरुता कृतवत्. So he himself has made himself in the form of this Rupa Nama Jagat. Go on thinking, go on thinking. Earlier days, so something called as Brahman is existing. This information also was not with us. Now slowly we have come to the acceptance of Brahma Swarupa. Then that Brahman alone with his own power has manifested in the form of this Jagat. This is all intellectual understanding. Brahman alone with his own Maya Shakti is appearing as Rupa Namatmaka entire Jagat. Therefore, other than Brahman, there is nothing called as Jagat, independent. The variety is Shakti, called Maya. It is again always with the Lord. Our job is what? To become one with, not the projected Rupa Nama, which we are already doing and getting bound. We have to identify or become one with the Parabrahma. In hundreds of permutation combination रूप में इस sentences को हम समझ सकते हैं. I only am Brahman, but with Rupa Nama identified, I became Jiva. I am a Jiva, identified with Rupanama. If I can divide or remove all Rupanama dressing from me, I alone am Brahman. Because I take myself as Rupanama, I am bound by that mistake, first mistake, to see everything in the world as Rupanama as real. If I can discover substratum behind my Rupanama, the myself, behind every Rupanama, same Brahman who is already there is discovered. Beauty is what? In Brahma, there are no Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu or any Vikara. Therefore, there is no possibility of samsara. In the Jagat, the Rupanama are continuously born, dying, changing. Therefore, definitely there will be samsara. तो संसार पार करना है तो संसार रहित परब्रह्म में हमको अपने आप को मर्ज करके हम हो है उस अनुभव में स्थिर होना है. This is information. After how many lives this information we believe and really try to avoid being deha, being jiva and try to be the self. पता नहीं कितने जन्म के बाद ये सुन के वो वाला आएगा, लेकिन पद्धति is this only. This is a way, the understanding to be gained, then slowly the practice of it and realization. अभी नहीं होगा. So much hate in the body and all, so much of grossness in the अंतःकरण होगा नहीं. But information gathering का कोशिश तो जारी रखना है. Slowly that information becomes stronger, that becomes a knowledge, then the knowledge creates a question. If that is so, why I am suffering by identity with Upadhi? Can I detach from the Upadhi and recognize my essential Brahma Swarupa and get moksha? See, those questions come genuinely from within. Like now the genuine questions come. How to maintain the health, how to have good food, how to protect from the atmosphere. If it is very hot, put the AC cooler. If it is very cold, just put a heater. Continuously thinking is going on because aham devas. But intellectually when this is understood, then how is that Brahman I am? That type of inquiry starts. Then you will discover. All the time you are only discovering or trying to discover the all-pervading Brahman first in one's own self. This is how these three sentences look to me only simple literal meaning. Asadva idam agre asid, before this world manifested, Brahman alone was there. Tato vai sadajayata, from him only the sadrupa namarupa vyakruti has come. And Tala Atmanam Swayam Agaruda, in the form of this Rupa Nama, he only made himself. Now these three sentences are not as casual as they literally meaning. Literal meaning they have like this. No. It is revealing all the secret of the entire world and the bondage and the liberation. जगत बंधन मोक्ष इन सारे चीजों को स्पष्ट रूप से हिंट करने वाले हैं ये श्लोक, ये sentences. Not a mere literal dictionary meaning वाले. It has a very very important purport. So contemplate little more. घर में जाकर थोड़ा सा विचार करने से एक और पड़ाव या सीढ़ी हम चढ़ सकते हैं इनको समझने में. One day we shared 12 days back, or even more than that, कि from the gold ornaments coming, from the mud pots coming, उसमें ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है, बिकॉज गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट में गोल्ड दिखता है, पॉट दिखता, पॉट में मट्टी. इट इजीली टू ट्रेस द कॉज. बट द विचित्रता ऑफ द ब्रह्मन क्रिएटिंग जगत इज व्हाट? ही इज सच्चिदानंद, इज नॉट एट ऑल सीन इन द ब्रह्मन, in the Jagat created, and Jagat has got thousands of varieties. Each are almost opposite to each other. There are very many. Then in that opposite contrasting things and so many variety of all types, Stulata, Sukshmata, Karanata, Samashti, Veshti, how can one Brahman become like that? Because of this question, there is some problem on that. Answer is what? That is what is his power. Even in these examples also we can say, in all the pots there is mud, okay, but is not the mud appearing as many pots, ऐसा थोड़ी है कि pot के रूप में इतना ही बनेगा mud, ऐसा नहीं है. Any size of pot you can make. You can make a 20 by 30 size pot also. It is possible. So उसमें variety है कि नहीं, possibility है कि नहीं pot में. First of all, it also can appear as a gamla and also lamp and the pot and of hundreds and thousands of shapes. So the mud can appear in so many forms without itself undergoing any change. Clear? In the same way, the subtle truth, Paramatma, without himself undergoing any change, he is appearing as the Karana Jagat, okay? The Karana, the Maya, let us say. Then it's Karya of the Mahat, then the Virat. Is what we talked in the Samashti Rupa. So too, as an अविद्या and सूक्ष्म शरीर and स्थूल शरीर के रूप में वही ये नाटक कर रहे हैं, वही खेल रहे हैं. Himself without changing with so many varieties. Not like pot and mud, they look alike. Here the variety, है ना? The contrast animals of the ferocious tigers, lions, and simple the rabbits and deers. देखो एक ही परमात्मा है ना. The nectarine, honey bees collecting the honey, poisonous snake biting and killing. एक ही नहीं, contrast. है ना. The red color is he, the blue color is he, the white color is he, the black color is he. Intelligence is he, foolishness is he. Smartness is he, buddhiness is also he only. Very active, dynamic, he alone. Static, inertia के रूप में he alone. Big पहाड़ वही है, एक छोटा परमाणु भी वही है, बड़ा समुद्र भी वही है, एक छोटा तालाब भी वही है. A gigantic, huge tree, eucalyptus or any devadaru is he. Small bonsai plant also is he. An elephant is he, and amoeba also is he. कितने वेराइटी है ना, कॉन्ट्रास्ट है ना. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द डाउट कम्स इन, हेजिटेशन कम्स इन एक्सेप्टिंग that Brahman can be present in all of them, or from him so many varieties can come. Answer is they drop the doubt. That is what you are seeing. For this, instead of pot mud example, in the modern world, we can take example of electricity and equipments. Is it not one electricity is illuminating 0-watt bulb, 10,000 watt bulb also? Is it not the electricity alone is making the heater heat the things, cooler cool, AC the AC, refrigerator refrigerating? One electricity only. Is it not doing so many ways? First accept the possibility by these examples. That is why the Mundaka Upanishad beautifully answered for this question. When it gave the example of Yatha Pruthivyam Oshadayah Sambhavanti. Great example it is. From one common Prithvi, how many hundreds and thousands of variety of Oshadis, that means plants are born. Again of opposite nature. कड़वा वाला करेला भी आएगा, है ना. जो इमली वाला इमली भी आएगा वहीं से, मिठे वाले आम भी वहीं से आते हैं, है ना. सब अलग अलग सब्जियां, टमाटर वगैरह, ऑल एनी टाइप ऑफ धान्य, द ग्रेन्स, सब्जी, द वेजिटेबल्स, द फ्रूट्स, एक ही पृथ्वी से इतने औषधि वैरायटी के आ रहे. ऑल आर फ्रॉम पृथ्वी प्लेस. रिमूव फ्रॉम द पृथ्वी दोज थिंग्स फ्रॉम द रूट, वो मरी जाएंगे वो प्लांट्स. गुड एग्जाम्पल नो, द श्रुति माता gave. Then one asked, then if you take the example of Prithvi, then the Paramatma must be Jada. No, to avoid that Jadata, third example is given, Yatha Satah Purushat Keshalomani. No, it's not like that. Like the living person, the Keshaloma, the dead matter, is it coming or not? In the same way, Jada, Chetana, variety of different sizes, shapes, colors, that is the infinite power of Maya of the Lord. That because of which so many have got manifested from that Paramatma. Another example, like a Jadugar. इट्स जादूगर का तो फिर जादूगर है वो, नॉट रियल. बट परमात्मा का रियल. परमात्मा तो सबसे बड़ा जादूगर है. इंद्रो माया में पुरूपयते, कि एक डब्बा होता है उनके सामने से, he does something for 5 to 10 minutes. He goes on bringing out the variety of things from it and throws out. है ना? He brings out a कागज, he brings out a ribbon, he brings out a pen and throws. He throws a napkin from it, a tissue paper from it, a cloth from it. निकाले जा रहा है वो. एक रबर बैंड निकालता है, फिर पतीला निकालेगा वो, पता नहीं, एक छड़ी निकालेगा वहां से, एक फूलमाला निकाल देता है, कबूतर को निकाल दे, छोटा सा हेन वगैरह वो निकाल के छोड़ फेंकेगा. बीच में एक छोटा बच्चा है, उसको भी निकालेगा. ये हसीन जादूगर है ना. कबूतर को निकाला, वो उड़ी जा रहा है. वो खरगोश को निकाला, भाग ही रहा है. वो कछुआ को निकाला, नहीं जा रहा है. वो पानी निकालता है, सडनली निकला है उसमें से. इट्स अ जादू, रियली. यू माइट हैव सीन दैट. So to the Jadugar Paramatma, out of himself, the entire world of so much variety he has manifested. If this is understood, we are really studying this Upanishad. But the difference in the case of Jadugar and the Paramatma is, Jadugar is doing it from something else, not from himself. And the things manifested are always separate from the Jadugar, not same. So here, everything is manifested from the Brahman, and everything has Brahman as support or substratum in them. This is called a power of Paramatma. It is Ichcha Shakti, Sankalpa Shakti, executed through his own Maya Shakti. इससे इसको शक्ति कहा. Shakti is not seen, but it is seen in its effects. And every Shakti has got so many of possibilities. Now we saw Vidyut Shakti. How many variety of electrical equipments it is illuminating. है कि नहीं? So to the petrol Shakti, how many types of vehicles it is moving or running. Isn't it? That the walking Shakti, how many ways we can walk. Speaking Shakti, how many languages we can learn and speak out. Writing Shakti, in how many ways we can write or draw the pictures and all. एक शक्ति इतने रूप में व्यक्त हो रहा है कि नहीं. खेलने की शक्ति. How many sports are there in this world? In the same way, Paramatma's Maya Shakti is capable of projecting these many infinite things. So the question, doubt stands answered. These 6 things or 5 things only we have to understand at the essence of Vedanta. Clear? Count आप करो 5 या 6 बातें. First, Brahman alone is there. Second, from Brahman only the entire world manifested. Third, in the manifested world, the Brahman is fully permeating. Fourth, in that Rupanama which is manifested, when we get caught up, we will be suffering. It is called samsara. कितने हो गए? Brahman alone is there in the beginning. From him only the world got manifested. And when the world got manifested, in that Brahman is fully permeating. 3 चीजें हो गए. Then, when we are caught up in the Rupanama, we are in samsara. Therefore, inevitably, we have to discover that Brahman. And from that oneness standpoint, when we see everything, the samsara goes away. 5. 6th, the last one is that Brahman has to be discovered within ourselves. 6th and last one is, 7th one is, it is to be discovered within ourselves as Sat. Lastly, the 8th one is that Sat Brahma should be discovered as our own self. These 8 things, if we can do, we clearly understand and accept Vedanta का essence हमको पकड़ में आया. In this, every step is important, but the last one is important, that the Brahman within me as the Sat is experienced as my own self. That's called as Aham Sat Brahma Asmi or Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti is a moksha sthiti. Should be without any ambiguity, very clear होना चाहिए बात. So असद्वा इदमग्रासीत ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानज्ञ स्वयं अकुरुत. No tasmat tatsukrutam uchyata yadvai tatsukrutam raso vai saha rasagahivayam ladva anandi bhavati. Now all these things we will study tomorrow. If I start it, it cannot be stopped. So, यस्माद् एवं तस्मात् ब्रह्म एव सुकृतं स्वयं कर्तृ उच्यते. Therefore, tasmat tat sukrutam uchyate, one more sentence we are taking up for study in 2 minutes. Tasmat tat sukrutam uchyate ide. Therefore, that Brahman is called as sukrutam. Why? Because he himself has become his entire world. And world is so varied, so useful to so many beings. There is nothing in the world is waste. How beautiful is this world? Therefore, is it not Sukrutam? Sukrutam, that here the technical meaning is he himself created by himself. खुद उन्होंने बनाया इस जगत को. Another meaning of Sukrutam is he has done such a beautiful thing. Even to look at it is wondering and astonishing, the whole world. That is all useful for our survival, it is all useful for our and moksha. That is our be wonderful baat hai is jagat ka. That's why the world is, Bhagavan created world is Sukrutam. Well done my Lord, well done my boss. It's like that. So yasmad evam tasmad brahma eva Sukrutam swayam kartru uchyate. Okay. Sukrutam means swayam kartru uchyate. He himself has done. Then swayam kartru brahma iti prasiddham loke sarvakaranattvatu. So, because Paramatma is the cause of everything, there is no thing other than him as cause. Therefore, he alone is called as swayam karta of the jagat. This is another $1 million thought. Neither sankalpa, nor the material, nor the knowledge, nor the process involved in this creation. The Lord has borrowed from anyone. Everything is his own. So, Swayam Kartru Brahma iti prasiddham loke sarva karanatva. He being the cause of everything, he alone is Swayam Karta. Beautiful thought it is. Swayam Kartru Brahma iti prasiddham loke sarva karanatva. थोड़ा सा इस पे थोड़ा लाइट डालेंगे ना तो और बढ़िया रहेगा. But we took time only to contemplate on the first 3 things for little more clarity. Asadva idam agrasit tado vai sadajayata tadatmanagga swayam akuruta. So idam we are seeing. This idam, before it came as idam, was Brahman alone. Brahman alone, he has expressed as this manifested world. And he is very much there, permeating everything. And he himself only made like that. Tadatmanagga swayam akuruta. Think about it. And if we transcend, the Sthula Rupa Nama Adi and develop that ability of Sukshma Darshanam, like the scientists developed the ability to see the atom, then everything appeared atom to him. So too we can rise above the Deha. I know, that one thing, Deha. Then accept the subtle thing, subtle presence of the subtle things. Then suddenly we accept the Brahman is there very much. Abhi Brahma being Rupanama Atita, the whole life of ours is lived with Rupanama Dehadi only. Then the Rupanama Adi, the Brahma catching becomes little difficult, but not permanently difficult. That subtlety, that ability, very soon Bhagavan is going to give to all of us. Tomorrow will continue. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। परमऋषिभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। Stop today. Let us see. Please wait for 2 minutes for our next Yoga Darshana Satsanga Prayatnam also. Hari Om.